going over the barbell hip thrust, not to be confused with its side kick, the glute bridge. The hip thrust offers a lot of different benefits besides just getting a bigger butt.
Gluteal hypertrophy. The peach pump.
By truly mastering the hip thrust, you can increase your strength and your ability to squat heavier, deadlift heavier, and pretty much move all around with more stability. With all of that being said, the hip thrust is something you're going to be seeing done in a plethora of different ways. However, these are the biggest mistakes that I've seen. The first is in the actual setup. Now, a lot of the times you will see people doing the barbell hip thrust on a bench. The reason why this isn't the most ideal, even though it can offer a good amount of stability, your back is actually higher than your knees, not allowing you to get the full extension that you need for the glute engagement. So trying to get a lower box that is still able to be stable is going to offer a much better benefit and much better activation of those glutes. Another big issue that I see a lot is people bringing their feet a little too far under their knees, so that when they go to thrust, their knees are actually tracked over their ankle, and it actually fires up the quads more than it does the glutes. By stepping the feet out just a little bit, it offers a lot more extension and availability for the glutes to be the main mover. Now, the third and the biggest mistake that I see is going to result in a lot of low back pain. When you see people doing a hip thrust, a lot of the times we do a movement that involves a very loose spine per se. So sticking the butt back, arching, and then trying to drive up forward like so. How to really correct this is keeping your hips tucked throughout, keeping that pubic bone tucked, stabilizing the core, and actually doing very similarly to a hip hinge pattern, just like a deadlift. So you actually want to keep the eyes looking forward, and you want to keep that spine nice and tight, holding that bar nice and snug in place as you push the bar up and down. So the proper way to do a barbell hip thrust is to get the backing behind you, scoot on back towards that backing, go ahead and grab the pad of the bar. You're going to make sure you're looking at the bar through the pad, and that way when you get set, the bar doesn't go through the pad. You're then going to make sure you're right underneath your bra strap instead of right on the edge of your backing. You're gonna set your feet nice and wide, a little bit wider than shoulders width or hip distance apart. Right from the beginning, I'm actually going to drive my knees out slightly. By letting the knees come in, the glutes can't possibly be activated. So we're going to start to activate them before we even start the move. Next, I'm going to place my hands on each side of the bar. I'm going to push my shoulders down. I'm going to brace my core, and then I'm actually going to tuck before I even come off the ground. So right now I'm extremely activated. My tailbone is tucked under, and then I'm just going to continue that tuck, driving through the heels to the ceiling, and the tuck is what is pushing the bar. So I'm slowly lowering into heels, maintaining the tuck on the way down, teetering on my back position, and then driving the tuck back up. On the way down, make sure to keep those knees out nice and strong, loading up the heels. The glute is still bearing the load here, and driving up through. Nice and slow on the way down, pushing the tuck deeper through the top.